Happy State of the Union, not State of the Union. What am I more excited about tonight? The steak. You'd be more excited about the steak, too.
I would, for sure.
Absolutely.
I'd prefer a ribeye, though.
You know what? We're going to get what we get.
Maybe a triple-size filet.
Oh, a triple size.
Yeah.
Triple the size.
Bacon wrapped.
Delicious. Oma steaks, baby. That's what I'm talking about. This portion of the program is brought to you by National Certified Alarms and Long-Term Contracts. License number 645. Bell, I just got called sickening. Your whole radio show is a stain on 99.7. Frankly, all your insults are sickening. What insults?
If you're not, how shall I say this, pleasing Mr. Trump, then that automatically makes you an enemy.
Here's my thing. If you're going to insult me or you're going to say something, be concise. That's it. That's all I ask. Be concise. Hey, Chad, I don't like your show because of what? Not you're a jerk. Okay. All right. That's a very broad statement. And I'll take that, by the way. I'm fine with that. If you want to call me that, I got no problem with that. But if it's for a specific reason, because you think this station should only cater to Donald Trump and all of his whims and anything he asks, you're wrong. Shouldn't be that way for anybody. By the way, once we do that, and Thomas Massey said this a long time ago, and I've said it a long time ago too, but I got yelled at for it, which is Trump deranged syndrome goes in two ways. People who are deranged against him and people who are deranged for him. And we should be able to criticize our president. Absolutely, we should. Because, and criticism isn't insulting. You should be able to look at him and go, hey, you know what? I didn't think this was a good move. I thought tariffs were stupid. They're never going to work. Well, yeah, they are, because they're going to bring back manufacturing. No, they're not. They're not going to bring back manufacturing. They're temporary at best. Why would I build a $200 million factory to manufacture T-shirts here when you're going to take tariffs off potentially? And then I got a giant factory with nothing. Some stuff will come back because we need to, especially with pharmaceuticals. But even if they do bring it back, what's going to happen? It's going to be robots. Let's go through the robots. Let's go through the robots.
Well, that's pretty much the people that look at Trump and have no criticism or critique of anything he does. They're robots.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that, and that's it. Robots. What kind of taxes? Because they're already talking about taxes in Europe on robots. I wonder what kind of taxes they're going to hit every robot for. You can't allow. If you think about, everybody's talking about, first of all, what's going to destroy us as a nation is if we do go to a basic income. Because that is, people need the opportunity to actually do something, feel like they're achieving something, and have value and bring value. If you don't have that, you watch what happens. But they're going to have to tax all these robots. What are they going to tax them at? How does that work? What do you get to write off? Another good question right there. So, but State of the Union, I wonder if tonight they're going to talk about, he's got to talk about AI at some point, you would assume? I would assume.
I would think so, but my question is, how in-depth does he get?
No, I don't think he gets too in-depth. Although the AI stuff, you know what? You know what we're seeing with Wilson County or wherever they're trying to put, is this the latest thing where they're trying to put ICE? I'm trying to figure out, because it seems to have been in several different places the last week. But what's happening with these detention centers is happening with the AI centers too. People are showing up in mass saying, we don't want this in our backyard. It destroys the water. It eats it all up. They get preferential treatment while everybody else has, power outages. And we're already seeing what potentially TVA and everybody may be up to. Because these things, Elon seems to think space is where this energy and everything's eventually going to come from. Well, you better hurry it up. But Sam Altman, did you see what he said that was terrifying? Oh, yeah, AI and robots are way better. You want to know why? Because they're easy to train and you don't have to feed them. That's scary.
Yet.
Well, they're going to feed off our souls eventually. They're going to eat us. They're going to live off our plasma. We must have their plasma.
That's what those pods in the Matrix were. They were just draining out the plasma from the bodies.
Draining them out. The U.S. men's team will be there, some of them tonight. I'm not sure how many of them are going to go. Obviously, they've got other jobs. Jack Hughes addressing the issue that has become an issue that shouldn't have been an issue about the women's team and the way that Trump, right, said, well, I guess we'll have to invite them, otherwise I'm going to get impeached.
And he flew them in on one of the planes used as Air Force Two.
Yeah. Yeah. So who, the hockey team?
Yeah.
Which one?
The men are the ones I saw. I don't know if the
the women. I don't know about the women either. But that was the big thing because Trump said, "Oh, if I invite you guys, I have to invite the women."
I know that there's been so much headlines and about us and the women's hockey team and the video, but we hung out we're in the cafeteria with them at 3:30 in the morning until.
So they were watching the games. They've been up hanging out with them. They cheered him on. The fact that we have this position now where apparently you got to worry about, you're bringing the men now. They're evil and bad because Trump said something silly. Those guys were celebrating. And I said it earlier. I'll say it again. Lucky. Ladies, you got lucky. You want to know why? It's simple. Because crazy people like this.
You took the president's phone call and then laughed about the joke about inviting the women. The women, as in the most dominant program in U.S. hockey history. Yeah, the U.S. women have won 3 gold medals, and so have you. In fact, they've medaled in every single Olympics since women's hockey was introduced in 1998. So yeah, they have as many gold medals as you do, but they've actually done it in a quarter of the time. So historically, they're the most consistent and dominant program of the two. And yet somehow, you get the majority of the headlines. You get the spotlight and the cultural relevance and the lucrative brand deals. Imagine joking about the team that set the standard. Is that insecurity? Or are you just so used to centering yourselves you didn't even clock it?
We still don't know what centering means.
Did they win any gold medals for cooking?
Let me check. Oh, goodness me. You know what you're never going to hear a man do, or a real man, say centering yourself. So I wanted to look. It's the practice of regaining mental, emotional, and physical balance, shifting from a stressed or chaotic state of calm, focusing and being in the present state, which they weren't. Let's be real. They're inside partying hard, drinking beer. They won a game that they shouldn't have won. They won a game that they were outplayed. Their goalie saved the day. Jack Hughes gets the winning goal. It's awesome. We win again. It's phenomenal. Great. They're partying, and Trump's on the phone. I mean, Hellebuck, the goalie, screams, hey, the president's on the phone. He wants to talk to you. He goes, what's up, Don? Why? Because he's drinking beer. Right? So the fact that these women are complaining, and it's not the women, by the way, the hockey team, they had scheduling conflicts. Some of them are still in college. Right? So this was not just them not wanting to come. But how they got lucky is, if they would have went, the same woman that says stuff like this.
Now I'm speaking directly to Jack and Quinn Hughes. Your mother is Ellen Weinberg Hughes. As you know, she's a silver medalist and also a former U.S. women's national team hockey player. Presumably, she's a woman who's been fighting gender inequity her entire life. She's also a woman who coached the very U.S. women's national hockey program that you laughed at. Your own mother. How many of you have mothers, daughters? Do you know that there are little girls in the stands at every game wearing your name on their jerseys? Because that's who you're laughing at. We don't call it men's hockey. We just call it hockey. And that's because women had to fight to even be allowed in the room that you inherited. Y'all had a moment to elevate the culture, to show the next generation, including my son, that hockey can be better than the stereotype. Instead, you co-signed that punchline. Do better.
They were drunk laughing after a win.
And the way she posits the whole thing, I'm just like, after you've run off at the mouth, I don't want to do anything to help you.
Yeah. Yeah. And here's the thing. That same woman there, if the women would have went tonight, you know what she would have said? I can't believe they went. He's a 55,000 convicted felon, child, blah, 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 whatever, sexual predator. They would have said all kinds of crazy crap about them going. So win or lose, going or not going, it wouldn't matter. What were you going to say, Bill?
Yeah, and don't forget that his crimes extend off planet, too. He has nuked other civilizations in the galaxy. So why he's not in jail, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, that's why we don't even get to find out what the real aliens are like. Because he nuked them. It's just, stop it. Stop it. We can celebrate. We can celebrate the women. We cheered them on, by the way. We did. We were on here last week. We were going crazy the last half an hour celebrating the women winning the game. We celebrated the hell out of that young girl, Alyssa Liu, winning. And as Belle yesterday's like, man, I watched her. She was amazing. We celebrated. Great. Let's not,
it was an exciting game that they won in because it was a 3-on-3. They won in overtime in sudden death, and it easily could have gone the other direction. It didn't. They pulled it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody just typed in, 23 said, we all know men, women need gold medals and talking BS and drinking beer. Yes. Somebody else says that blank has a kid. I'm just going to tell you, she's smoking hot. Like, not just smoking hot, the kind of hot where you're like, oh, you're a little Margot Robbie-ish. So,
With the craziness.
Yeah. So I centered myself a lot. I've been doing that. I've been centering myself. So we know what that is now, guys, if you want to know what centering yourself is. So who would be that woman? See, here's the thing. It's all crazy lefties here. All crazy lefties. And what are we doing? We're making fun of them, and they deserve it because they're insane. Tonight is the State of the Union. I'm going to tell you guys how this goes, just in case you guys want to know. It's going to be great. It's the greatest. Never been better. The greatest, better, bestest, best, greatest ever. Bestest, biggest, bestest. Never been greater. Greater, bestest, biggest. Supreme Court sucks. Does that feel like something we can see tonight?
Maybe.
Yeah. So the over-under on the what will Trump say during the State of the Union? Fake news, high inflation. It's all Biden's fault. Fake news. Everything's fake. Right now, fake news, 51%. High inflation, 50%. That's pretty interesting. Who's going to attend the State of the Union? Let's see here. My buddy, Barron Trump, 63% say Barron Trump. Neil Gorsuch, 66. David Ellison, 43. He have CBS fame, and he's, what's his name, Ellison's son, the guy who runs Paramount.
Amy Coney Barrett will be there. Gorsuch will be there. And who was the other? Roberts.
Yeah, Roberts will be there.
They'll go because they're not going to sit out and have Trump go, they were embarrassed to show up in front of me.
Yeah, no.
After their horrible decision.
Yeah, that ruined the country. The country will never come back from this. Do you think he says tonight, if it wasn't for me, we'd have no country anymore?
I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah. So I'm here to tell you guys that's a lie.
I mean, he loves being hyperbolic.
Oh, yeah. He loves being hyperbolic. And it's politicians. They like to be hyperbolic. Sometimes, though, it's like he goes fishing and he catches a bluegill and says, it was a great white shark. It was the biggest shark ever. It was 29 feet long. It was a megalodon. Oh, somebody's going to be like, you can't believe you made fun. Now, the big question is, how long will it go? Will it go 95 plus minutes?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so, too. I don't know if Barron's going to be there because I thought Barron's at NYU. So would he come up for this? Because they're in school right now. So I don't know if he would come up for this.
That's not a bad turnaround, especially in a private plane.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's not like he's going to fly. First of all, he can't even fly coach because he's 12 feet tall. I wonder what is he, 6'9"?
No, I thought he was like 6'7" or something.
He's huge. He's big-normous. He's big-normous is what I'm saying.
He literally cannot fit in a coach seat.
Yeah, there's no coach seat.
And he's probably still going to be cramped in first class or business.
Yeah. Yeah. They might have one seat inside of the plane so he can put his legs out.
Plus, they got to have places for Secret Service.
Yeah, that's true, because he ain't walking around alone. I'll tell you that right now. All right, coming up, it's Hot Take Tuesday. We'll do a little bit of that straight ahead. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. State of the Union tonight. We're going to be out at Legends in Smyrna. Coming out and join us before 6. There's no tickets available, but I keep telling everybody, come on down. Sold out, though. We're going to have a good time tonight. Come say hi, even if you disagree with me. You know what? Come say hi. I bet you find out we've got a lot more in common than you realize. And that levity is okay. And keeping people honest by poking fun and pointing out the absurdities is not the worst thing ever. And the reality is that, if you go online right now and you find out who are the people that are trying to keep and have always tried to keep the powers that be in check, a lot of times the writers and the journalists, they're gone. They've shown all their colors, right? On what side of the aisle they're living on. The comics, they're not afraid to say, yeah, you know what? I voted for him. I didn't vote for him. I'm happy with this. I'm not happy with this. And call out the baloney. And I like that. It's that portion of the program because it is Tuesday where we have a little bit of fun called Hot Take Tuesday. Hot Take Tuesday. So it's Hot Take Tuesday. Belle is in there showing RJ to get ready for tonight. What you got for us in your hot take?
I am tired of people telling me to make my bed. I'm not going to do it. Shut up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Belle K, everybody. Shut the blank up. Do I make my bed? Maybe. I don't know. You know what? I don't. I don't make my bed. That's a lie because I get up so early. I was telling Belle last night, I get up like 2:15. And just to show you, because I was telling her, like, it's 2:15, I get up because I do my national show. So I get up and I told, as I came into work today, I'm like, I got to wake my wife up. She says, why? I said, well, let me tell you what happens, Belle. I said, I get up at 2:15 and I hear my wife and my daughter talking. My daughter's 7. Come around the corner. I'm like, Charlie. She's like, Dad, Mom's telling me about David and the Lion. I said, why aren't you asleep? She goes, I don't sleep. I said, I know. I get it. So, but no, I don't make my bed because I'm up too early. For me, and several of you have chimed in, you like the idea, but you're afraid to jump in my hot take, which is razors. The razors are cheap. They suck. They're too damn expensive. Big razor is screwing us over, right? And every one of you listening, because I've heard it from you, you've used a razor, which you've thought, it's gone on way too long, whatever. But it's got a little bit of rust on there. But then what happens? You look over and you've got 4 or 5 razor heads, but they don't fit on any one of the things that you have. And that's why I said it's big razor. They're screwing us, and we need to come up with the ultimate, like, Swiss Army razor head that can fit any of those razors. But those razors are too damn expensive, right? And I don't care that you tell me, they were manufactured in Germany and it was this. You know what? $50 for a set of razors or something like that is insane. Insane. So that's my hot take. Let me know what you guys think. Love hearing from all of you. Make sure you check out all of our social media. We got the old Twitch, right? We got the Twitter going on. We got the Facebook. We've got, I don't know if we have, I think we have Insta, but I don't know if we're live on the Insta. We're live on Rumble and, of course, on YouTube. So make sure you like and subscribe. Tonight, we're going to be out there having fun. It is going to be, so Matt's joining us here in a little bit, and it's going to be live with Matt from 3 till 7. And we'll start joining him around 6 o'clock tonight. And then, of course, once everything we're going to go all the way till they start, which should be 8 o'clock-ish. Tonight is what we're thinking for this for the State of the Union. And then, of course, tomorrow we'll have reactions here all day long, but probably not us because we have One Hit Wonder Wednesday, White Woman Wednesday. But you guys get where I'm going with that. All right, coming up, a little crazy in Tennessee. We'll talk a bit about that, among other things, straight ahead. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. I didn't even know how to start this, but State of the Union's tonight, so be prepared for that. We're going to do the State of the Union, and this is available to all of you right now. And I thought this has to be a joke. Absolutely has to be. This cannot be real. Who wants to watch?
Hello, everyone. It's President Donald J. Trump, and it's Trump time. Check out this red beauty. It's one of my new watches. Wear it proudly on your wrist, and everyone will know exactly what it's for, who it represents. It's really going to be something special. It's for your favorite president. Get your watch today at gettrumpwatches.com. Please make a great gift. It's Trump time.
What? Does nobody find that absurd? Nobody does. I mean, my God, Jimmy Carter sold a stupid peanut farm because he didn't want to, appear that there was a conflict of interest, for God's sakes. And you're selling watches. And by the way, if you want to know what the watches, they range from $499 to $100,000. That is kind of absurd, right? Like I thought there's no way this could be real. There's just no way this could be real. But no, he's selling these watches. So if you're looking for him, and he's now got an ad for him, they weren't selling as hot as he thought. So they've been advertising him. They've now brought those things up now more and more. And by the way, I'm a watch guy. Not these watches. Not these watches. Like if you want to go, hey, would you like a Patek or what do you got there? Right? But $100,000. It's the tone deafness. And they've been out there for a while. They came out last year, but now they're starting to push them. And it's just, why would you? It's just, it's not what the president does. That's not what he does. That's not who you are. It's not what you're about. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I just think this thing is, being a president, you should be as transparent as possible. And selling watches, is just an odd thing. Maybe we'll give them away here tonight. Come on out, see us if you have a chance. I think you can come out till 6 o'clock and visit if you want to come out and see Matt and Chris and everybody. Will all be out there in Smyrna at Legend Steakhouse. So if you have a chance, come on out up until 6 o'clock. Meanwhile, we're moving stuff around nuclear-wise. Thursday, Geneva. We're supposed to hold more talks in Geneva. I don't know what that looks like. I think at some point in time, something is going to go down. When will it go down? We were talking about earlier. It's not going to happen tomorrow. I would be surprised. And partially because Trump's expecting a bump of some sort in the next 48 hours. You tend to get a bump. Tends to be your best bump when it comes to a one-off kind of thing, comes with the State of the Union. So will he get the best bump? That I don't know. But there's no doubt that they're looking at, they have moved a ton of stuff. So we've got the F-22 stealth fighter jets that have gone to Israel as part of the Middle East. It's good to know they're in Israel. And as I said earlier, and I was talking to the guy that comes on my show early in the morning for my military analysis, Mike Lyons, and we were chatting. He's a retired major, NATO guy, served in, several theaters. And as we were talking about this, one of the things, I told him, I said, are we going to see them fighting around rather than fight at us? So if something was to go down, are we going to hit them and they're going to fight around us? Meaning they're going to hit, Qatar, they're going to hit Oman, they're going to hit other things, Israel, rather than come at us because they don't want that kind of heat. I would assume that's probably going to happen. Then you've got Raising Cain, right? So who is one of the Joint Chiefs, and the general who came out and he's been telling people, and then Trump's like, that's fake news. It's not fake news. This is a potential to be a bog down, a major bog down that I don't think anybody wants. I don't think anybody wants any part of what this potentially could be. I mean, you'd like to think it's one and done, but as we've seen from last year, it's never one and done. And then it's never one and done with Israel. So this will be a very interesting time to see, but I do not think it's going to happen tonight because he wants that chance to get the bump. The bump is big, and you want that in this scenario. You want to make sure that you capitalize on what goodwill you're going to have tomorrow. You're hoping. But as I've said over and over again, do not pay attention to the polls, right or left. Look at independents. Independents are the only thing that matter in this scenario. The independents matter more than anything else. Speaking of that, a couple bills out there. They're rather interesting. One of them has to do with Israel and what we call the West Bank.
standardizes terminology in Tennessee state government materials by requiring the use of historically accurate terms Judea and Samaria instead of a political term West Bank.
President of the National Association of Christian Lawmakers, our body actually adopted the Judea-Samaria Act as a national model, and there are 15 states across the United States right now that are taking up this legislation. Judea-Samaria is where, by the way, 80% of the Bible stories that we read occurred in Judea-Samaria. Can you imagine somebody wanting to not call Tennessee Tennessee?
Who would be opposed to this?
Typically what we've seen is folks that support Hamas generally do oppose calling Judea-Samaria.
What are we doing? So wait, we're doing what again? We're focusing on this? Judea, Samaria? That's kind of what we're focusing on here? We have potholes. You guys know about that? How about do this? Let's fix the potholes, and then we can work on some of the other stuff. How about that? Just let's fix the potholes. Well, we don't want you to call it the West Bank because that's a political term, and we don't want this, and we don't want that. No, let's fix the potholes. For us, all politics is local, and potholes are super damn local.
Folks, I'm not going to tolerate outbursts in here.
There's been a bill filed in the United States Congress to actually do exactly what this bill is recommending that you do here today.
So this is really about naming rights for something that's in another country. So, well, I'm not trying to be funny. Who benefits from a piece of legislation like this?
In the entire world, 0.2% of the world population are Jewish, and we have seen in the last year and a half, even in the United States of America, tremendous and awful anti-Semitism that's flared up. We believe that it's important for legislators to do our best to oppose anti-Semitism and those that would try to rename and get people to forget.
We're just recognizing in our documents, and I don't know of any references today necessarily, but in the future, I want to make sure that we don't use terms that are politically motivated instead of historically accurate. And that's really all this is about.
You have 6 ayes, 1 no, and 1 present not voting.
Thank you. You're moving out of full committee.
There's nothing else we should focus on. Not a thing. Moving out of full committee for this. Well, the stuff in the Bible. Okay, I get that. But we're in Tennessee, and that's kind of what matters. Let's focus on that. Let's focus on fixing the issues here. Potholes. Let's fix the damn. If you can't fix the potholes, then maybe we should think about other things than, Judea, Samaria, and anything else. I mean, how far are we going to go back? The amount of stuff that the state legislature wastes time on trying to push through is crazy. And I didn't get to the abortion thing. We'll get to it tomorrow. But it is frustrating that we're sitting here going, okay, there's nothing. Not one time. I just want potholes. That's all I want. I mean, I twist my ankle. My car drives through pot. Every one of you have talked to me about the potholes. And every one of you, for the most part, Afton's pot for potholes was not a bad idea. We got to do something. But some of this stuff is just so insane. Trump's hours away from his big prime time. You guys are texting in. Ken's already made his way there. Bell's in there getting everything ready for the big party that is. Somebody just wrote in, I like this, 2985, screw the potholes. Nothing will get better until we stop supporting the Zionist. So, well, yeah, I know they're fixing potholes on I-24 for days, but it's a little late. Just across the board. The streets, right? The highways, the byways, they're everywhere. I'm amazed when I go down my little street here. They're building a brand new building, and it looks amazing. And they laugh every day about how many potholes are out there. Just it seems like there's a new one every day. I'm like, I know, I get it. So I do drive, by the way, Chad. You don't even drive. And by the way, I twist my ankle in a pothole. That ain't cool either. Tennessee legislature is a joke. Much like all the idiots in Washington. They're worried about crap they don't need to be worrying about. 3476. I agree. We need to focus on things that matter, right? We can't, like here, locally, right? Nashville. We have some issues maybe with, I don't know, taxes. People being put out of business because of taxes. We've got issues here with infrastructure. We've got issues here on a lot of different ways. And they're still walking around with it. How do we get affordable housing? You want to know how to get affordable housing? I'm going to tell you. Build. That's how you get it. You build. That's always been the answer. It's never not been the answer. It's never been, well, hope, pray, wish, want. No, you build. Why is that a hard thing? Why is that a hard thing? You build. If you build it, they will move in. It'll become more affordable. If you don't build it, but much like everything else, and it doesn't matter where you go in the country, NIMBY is a real thing. Not in my backyard. Not in my backyard. NIMBY is a very real thing. And that's why people are moving further and further out. It's more affordable. But then you got to start asking yourself, as we have before in the show, what is your breaking point when it comes to driving to work every day inside of the city? Right? What is your breaking point? Is it 30 minutes? Is it 45 minutes? Is it an hour? Hour and a half? But if you want to fix affordability, it's built. You want to fix potholes? Fill the potholes. The other crap is not necessary. And you're doing it because you think you're going to bring about end days and you want to make sure it's just insane. It really is just insane. All right, coming up, we're going to wrap it up. Matt is already out there feasting, no doubt. I think Jackson's out there as well. Is Jackson out there? The look by Bell's like, yes.
He's out there not working.
Yeah, that's what he does. It's kind of his jam. You know what? You find something you're good at, you stick to it. Okay, Bell? We're going to wrap it up straight ahead. Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7. It is the State of the Union. All right. Are we out there? How are we looking, Matt?
I'm looking pretty good. How you looking there, Chad?
Good. What'd you wear today? Because there was a big conversation today about whether or not Dan was going to wear some sort of special hat.
One of those driving caps that he likes to wear nowadays. Yes. I'm adorned in blue jeans and boots and a button-down black shirt and a pullover Patagonia like little sweater.
Nice. Look at you. Very sharp dressed man.
Got a big coat for later on because it's going to get cold. Ken, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing a flannel shirt and pants.
Hold on. No, I should have said it. Chad, I'm sorry. I should have said it differently. I'm going to try it again. Ken, who are you wearing? That's what they do on the red carpet, remember?
Yeah, Walmart and Target.
Well, you know what? That's the get ready with me, right? And you got to do a fit check.
Who are you wearing, Chad? Who are you wearing tonight?
You know what? I haven't decided. I was going to wear shorts. That was one of my original things. But I'm like, no. So I'm going to wear these cool red and black punk rock pants, probably some boots, maybe a very cool TJ Maxx vest, and maybe a skull cap. That's kind of how I roll.
Yeah, I like it.
Is it going to be cold out there?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's getting down to the 4. I don't think it's getting much colder tonight than it is right now. Ken Weaver would know, being the weather wizard.
Well, let me check the 7-day forecast here from the U.S. National Weather Service. 46 degrees right now in Music City. We're looking for a low tonight of 44 with cloud cover, and then a high of 60 tomorrow, but there's going to be rain. Wow. Hopefully they treat the roads.
Oh, I hope so. Hey, so
they got to do the potholes first.
How was your drive out there, Ken? Are we good?
Oh, it's fine, dude. I mean, it was like 25 minutes.
Okay.
So going eastbound 24, no problem. Going westbound 24, that's another story right now.
Okay.
And also, I don't know if Ken's mentioned this, but I was coming up 65 northbound, and they're not really telling anyone this. And, perhaps they've done the project and it's over now. But as I was coming up about an hour ago, 65 northbound, if you're getting on 840 toward Murfreesboro, they won't let you on that exit ramp. They make you loop around and go the opposite direction from which you would like to go. So you would think that they would have some sort of warning, but they don't. So a lot of people were going and they have to loop around, and then they have to cut back across traffic to get going the right direction. So there you go.
So
that's a mess down there.
You looking at it right now?
Yeah.
No good.
Wow, no good at all.
And you know what they're doing? But you know what they're doing? I drove right by that. You know what they're doing?
What are they doing?
They're fixing the potholes.
Yeah, fixing potholes.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Now they only have 7 million more to do.
You know why? I have an answer. I don't know if you want it or not, Chad, but I have an answer. Because I did some research. And, they use different types of concrete and different types of asphalt for different climates.
Yes.
And asphalt reacts differently based on the climate. And so the asphalt that you would use up north where it doesn't get up to 100 degrees regularly is not the same as what you would use in Florida or, South Alabama where it gets to 100 degrees regularly, but it doesn't get to, 15 degrees with much regularity. The problem in Middle Tennessee is that it does both. And so it is next to impossible to find an asphalt that would survive all of those conditions. And so it invariably cracks. And once cracks happen, potholes happen.
Yeah, well, we all reckon, the stuff that we would use out in Arizona, you're not going to use out here because it's just all heat there. You've got different things. But you would think you would be a little bit more like when everybody's complaining, maybe you would go, hey, this is one thing we can all agree on, that maybe we should figure out a way to make these things, I don't know, better and try to get in front of them a little bit.
Yeah, but it happens every year. So they get it as soon as they get in front of it. Trust me, I'm not defending the Tennessee Department of Transportation.
Is what it is.
It might be. Well, it is big asphalt.
Yes.
It's somebody's big asphalt.
Speaking of big asphalt, I think that should be Jackson Williams' road nickname.
Big asphalt?
Big asphalt.
By the way, somebody just texted in and says, if you're not using concrete, it's your own asphalt.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true. But, I could see how – did you – he came in today, and he was super excited to go out there, old Jackson. He had his hair nice feathered like it was the 70s.
He looks good.
He does.
All three members of the afternoon brigade, Ken Weaver, Matt Murphy, and Jackson Williams, have recently shorn our heads.
Oh.
Yeah, I shored my head Sunday.
I'm going to tell everybody what I hesitate to do this because I don't want a mad rush to Mount Pleasant, but I'm going to tell you folks what small town living will bring you when it comes to haircut costs.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I can't wait.
Already told Weaver.
Floyd the barber.
Oh, basically. My Floyd's named Lightning.
I'd hang out at that place all day.
Every day, brother. Every day.
I love that. Well, Matt, straight ahead, and then I'll be out there in a couple hours. We'll see you guys at the Stake of the Union.
See you, brother.